another writing session, writers. Today, I want to talk to you about perspective. A perspective is your view on the world around you. And I want to ask you this. Has your perspective changed in the last couple months about anything? Today, I'm thinking about my journal and what I want to write about. And I'm thinking about the perspective that I had on jobs. Now, during this time, we know a lot of jobs have been lost. Some people can't go into work, and some people have to go into work. Right now, I'm thinking about my perspective on the fast food place down the street. Now, before all of this happened, I didn't think much of it. In fact, I kind of thought that maybe those weren't super important jobs if they worked at this restaurant. And now, they're one of the only places in this neighborhood that are open because people need to eat. I'm thinking about my perspective then and my perspective now and how it's changed. Before, I didn't think that their job was super important. But now I do. I realize that their job gets people food. It keeps people from being hungry. Right now I want you to think, has your perspective on anything around you changed in the last couple months? Join me as I show you what I'll do with my journal today to think about perspective. All right, writers. So today we're going to be thinking about, are you looking at certain situations, people, or ideas with a different perspective? When we change our perspective on the world around us, it changes the experience that we have. Today, I want to teach you this, that journal writers often pause to think about their thinking. Sometimes it helps to ask, am I looking at a certain situation, person, idea with a different perspective than I had in the past? Now, a few moments ago, I told you about how my perspective changed on some workers down the street from me. Let me show you how my journal entry looks. There is a fried fish fast food place down the street from my house. I used to not think much of it, and I did not think too much about the people who worked there. I remember one time when they got my order wrong, I thought to myself, how hard is it to batter and fry fish and send it out? That was not really a nice way to think about people or what they do for a living. Now, during this time, everything is closed, except for this fish place. It is considered an essential business. The people who work there help to feed people in the neighborhood. It is a very important job. This makes me change my perspective on what I used to think about what makes an important job. I used to think that this fish place was not that important. I used to think that it was just a place to get some food when I wanted. But now, I realize that this is an important place. These jobs are important. They are helping to feed people. When people cannot pick up the food, they deliver the food in a safe way. It makes me realize that I should not judge people in the future based on what I think makes a good or not so good job. My perspective has changed because of this. All right, reader, so take a moment and think. Has anything in your life changed? Has your perspective on these things changed? I want you to ask yourself, are you looking at a certain situation differently? Or are there people in your life where your thoughts on them have changed? Were there ideas that you had before, and now your thoughts about that has changed since a few months ago? Take a moment and think, how has your perspective on people, places, or ideas changed in the last couple months? I'm excited to see what you write today, writers. Off you go.